Traders put in hours but still don't see results. And the reason for it is you watch the courses, you took the training, you learned from all the mentors out there, but there's one thing you still don't do. And I'm gonna explain to you what that is and what helped me to achieve the results I have right now in the markets. First couple of years were literally a roller coaster. I made all the mistakes you can make. I was super volatile with my decisions. I took a lot of emotional trades. I closed trades early, but then I missed trades due to my routine, and it was just one big mess. In this sit down, I really want to go through my journey and give you the steps you can take or the nuggets you need to be consistently profitable. First of all, if you're new, welcome to overall our channel. What we do here is have a totally different view on the markets, but also a totally different approach to this industry. So maybe you're trading ICT concepts, supply and demand concepts, maybe support and resistance. It doesn't really matter. We automate all of that with no coding. And now I also build my own software platform with my team of developers over the past 18 months, and it's now live, so you can check that one out as well. It is called Profectus AI, and we are simplifying algo trading for everyone, which means if you're a trader and you want to automate your strategy, go do that. What really changed for me in my trading was when I started out, I made all these mistakes, right? And I started to learn, and I do believe you need to make these mistakes. If I could do it over, I wouldn't really change much because I now have the results I want. What I do regret is that I didn't start with finding a mechanical trading strategy. I started with trading the news, like I said, and jumping into the markets when I should have stayed out. And then when an opportunity happened, when I woke up, check the markets, of course we all do that. You check your TradingView app or your MetaTrader, and then you wake up and see, I missed that trade, or there was a huge move, shit, I should have been awake and traded the Asian session or anything like that. You need to deal with that emotional thing that you do miss opportunities if you don't automate, right? So what I regret is that I didn't start earlier with that mechanical approach, and then from a mechanical approach I started to automate. I'm not a developer, so therefore I needed a software where everything is no-coded, so I can just create any strategy without having to code. Because the second thing I realized is, and unfortunately it took me, I think, 2 years before I did that, and that is backtesting, testing your strategy. What a lot of people do is backtesting doesn't work, and then it's like, okay, what are you doing? How can you make the argument that a strategy does work, right? If you cannot even test it, if you cannot go back in data and see, oh, this strategy performed very well then, and now it will probably perform very well for the upcoming 100 or upcoming 1,000 trades in the future. That's like, you need to be able to build arguments to also build confidence, right? So I regret not starting to backtest earlier because I was trading strategies based on emotions and not based on data. And therefore, if you don't have data to get a little bit of a grip okay, I'm doing a good thing here, I'm taking this trade because it is rule-based, it is based on the data I have, and if I keep executing this consistently, I know over 10 trades or 100 trades, I'll be profitable. I didn't have that when I started out. So the second thing is definitely start backtesting. And I remember the days that I backtested for months and months manually in my Excel sheets, and later I used Evernote, and now a lot of people use Notion to store that information, right? To have that database of trades, like this trade on that pair with this strategy, and then just get all this data. I spent years doing that, but also like in hours, like months, I think. It's like crazy how much time we spent on backtesting and finding the data, which is good. You learn a lot by doing that because backtesting, like I said, you build confidence, you learn about the markets because you see the charts happen quicker than in the live markets. You get to know a little bit of the behavior of the markets, and you learn the strategy you want to trade. However, if I now see how quickly I can create a strategy and then backtest it automatically, that is really a game changer for me. Like, my routine nowadays is I build a strategy, I read about strategies, I have a big community where people share strategies, and then I build them, and then I test them and share that strategy with the rest of the community, and they take the strategy and test new management styles, new filters, new ideas, right? So we all test and create very quickly, and then it's all based on the data, like what works and what doesn't. And if I focus on my routine when I do create that strategy and I do test it, normally I'm sleeping and then just plug in like a backtest, and then it is backtesting automatically, right? We automate all our strategies. So also the backtesting is very quick and automated, and that is what makes a huge difference. Now, if I go to sleep and I wake up, I've run 50 backtests automatically with my server or with my laptop or PC back in our office. Doesn't really matter, I can always access them, and everyone can with their setup. It's super easy to set this all up, by the way. Then you wake up and you have 50 backtests with different stop losses, different targets and all of that. And if you have that, it's all database, right? And therefore we share live track records, but also our backtests are worth something, because you can backtest, maybe you're in the stage that you are backtesting your strategies. But if you do it manually, there's still that small bias, right? There's still that bias that I should have taken this trade and then banked 5R or 10R. Or I should have not taken this trade because this of it and this. And also, a lot of people backtest, but then in their backtest they take trades during the Asian session. But in the Asian session, I'm asleep, right? So I will never take trades in the Asian session, or I will miss them definitely in the live markets if I'm not awake, right? But in your backtest, you did take those big trades that maybe banked you 5R, 10R, or something like that. If I look back, you can put in the work, you can endlessly backtest your strategies, you can endlessly learn about any technical analysis. You maybe want to jump to ICT strategies right now and learn that because that's in hype. Or maybe you have been there and you figured out, okay, it doesn't work. I've tested thousands of different variations of ICT, automated that, or SMC, however you want to call it, or whatever the name is nowadays. And they all don't work. So the data is just telling me, okay, it doesn't work. I don't care about it. Like, I'm here to make money with a profitable trading strategy. I want to test it quickly, see if there are results, and if it doesn't work, and whatever the name is of that strategy, I don't care, right? Then I move on to the next one. And therefore, I find no-code automation really changed my game, because I can automate the technical analysis quickly, build that strategy quickly. It used to take me a day, now it takes me less than an hour, maybe even a few minutes to build a strategy, depending on the complexity. And then I test it, and then it works or it doesn't, and then I move on. I think we are the only ones sharing, or the only community out there at all, that teaches not to have this particular trading strategy and master that. We teach you to have multiple strategies and how to build them and how to be accountable for your results yourself, right? Because you're not me, I'm not you, you have a different life gets in the way, and therefore you might miss trades that I take, and that old way of trading and teaching is not the way to go, in my opinion. What do you need is learn the skill to build and automate the trading strategies, then automate the strategies, test the strategies, and be able to do all of that on your own. Like, that's what our community stands for, and that's the new movement, right? You're trading to break free from rules and not to follow the rules. That's how I see the industry, and a lot of people are a slave of the markets or the slave of their strategy, and that's just not the way to go, in my opinion. So I hope this clears a lot up for you guys. I just had to do this raw sit down, unscripted, just talking like, okay, what comes to my mind and what do I think are the most important steps for you to understand. What it is stop emotional trading. First, if you're new to this market, learn technical analysis, do all of that, make the mistakes, that's fine. And then figure out, okay, how can I go from a subjective strategy to a more mechanical approach, which is rule-based, just simply know what the rules are. Like, if you have a trading strategy like a London session breakout, know the rules, and then you do that, or an Asian session breakout, or whatever strategy you have. Go to that mechanical way of doing things, then you backtest that, and if you want to get results quicker, skip that backtesting manually, just learn no-code automation. I have my own platform now, like I said. I've been building that with 10 developers over the past 18 months. It is now live. It is called Profectus AI, where we simplify automated trading for everyone. Yeah, you can learn then how to automate it. So you go from learning trading, then learning a strategy and then automate that strategy, or just go straight to automating any strategy. There are millions of strategies to automate. Not everyone is doing this right now. Therefore, the edge is big. Like, all our students find a lot of good strategies, not just one, but I did 2 recent podcasts with 2 guys. They make strategies a day and they have a portfolio, they're getting funded, they are really performing very, very well. And it's all because there are so many strategies to be found and it is not that difficult. You just need to invest a little bit of time, like you already have been doing in trading, but now invest a little bit of time in learning to no-code automate. And I guarantee you this will help you out a lot, because it will allow you to test any strategy, and stop listening to everyone, right? To every guru in the industry. You can just see, he has this strategy, let's build it, test it, see if it works or not, and then move on, right? Don't be stuck chasing something that doesn't work.